So today I'm actually going to demystify what is an astrotherapist and what do you actually need to do to become an astrotherapist, because I've been getting a lot of sweet questions around this, so I do want to explain a little bit my story. So hi everyone, if you're new, my name is Lisa. I'm an astrotherapist. I'm a licensed therapist who integrates astrology into my work with clients. So first, let's start with what is an astrotherapist. So by my definition, and honestly, I kind of a little bit made up the word. I'm not saying I created it. It's out there in the world, but it's just putting astrology with therapy together, all right? And so basically what I offer is licensed therapy. So we do the same kind of work if you've been to therapy, where we go into stuff, support you, things you're moving through, old patterns, behaviors. But I use astrology as a tool, okay? So the main thing is therapy, but we are utilizing the birth chart as information. So not only is it helpful to know your birth chart because it can help us see a lot of different patterns and beliefs and strengths and weaknesses and just themes in your life that you need to look at, but we also look at the transits that are happening in the current sky, and it can show what kind of themes might be showing up for you in your life right now. So how I actually became an astrotherapist, or essentially merged the two, because I was a therapist first, and on that path I fell in love with astrology and could not comprehend why this was not being used in therapy, because it's so helpful and supportive. They're so similar. Astrology, psychology, they go together. And this is old news, right? I didn't create this. But it's so true. And so I started kind of playing around with it, really going deep down my astrology, studies personally with teachers, mentors, did so much self-study. And essentially, it was the pandemic, 2020. I just had a huge Uranian transit, which if anyone has had one, let me know, because they're profound. And basically it was like, that's it. I'm going to integrate these two things. I love it so much. Astrology, you got to bring it in. So I slowly started weaving it in with some clients that would be interested in that, because not everybody is obviously interested in astrology. And that's how it started, okay? So when people ask me, how do you become an astrotherapist formally, the only formality in my journey is that I am a licensed therapist. I went through that whole track, but I did not go to astrotherapy school. I mean, I've taken a ton of courses, lectures about astrology and psychology, but not a formal thing. The formal thing is my license as a therapist. The astrology is something that I brought in myself. Other people are also doing this in the world, and I'm also just so excited to see people's excitement about it, because I hope it does take over, right? It's so incredible, and I feel like we're reclaiming these less linear realms, and it makes me really happy, and my Pisces Lilith really happy. So if you already are a therapist and you're interested in doing the astrotherapy thing, then I would say, keep doing your licensure path and then do a lot of deep study with your astrology, right? You do need to make sure you're ethically, falling in the guidelines of feeling competent enough in your astrology to be utilizing that with your therapy clients. But other than that, the astrology piece at this point in time is not a formality. That's something that you bring in on your own, and you got to own it. And obviously you got to find the people who are interested in it, because not everybody wants the astrology. I also just want to share that I feel like there's other ways to bring astrology into people's work, because another thing I offer, some of you maybe know this already, that I also do astrology coaching, right? So I'm an astrotherapist and I do astrology coaching. Because also there's a lot of rules with my license around what state I can work in. So I do coaching with people who don't live in my state, all right? And essentially, the astro coaching is definitely not therapy. It's less going into the past. It's more present time focused goals, really leaning into the chart in a big way. It's coaching, okay? So I just want to say that's another way to bring astro in. You don't have to be a therapist to utilize astrology to help people, is what I want to say. If you are a therapist, that's what you want to do, great. I love my path. I'm so stoked that this is where I've ended up. But I just want to say for other people, you can also just bring astrology into different things. It could be your business coach and you use astrology. It could be you're a birth doula and you bring in astrology. There's just lots of different things you can utilize with astro, because I feel like it's so incredibly powerful to bring in into a lot of different realms, right? But yes, the astrotherapy is my jam. Personally love it. And the whole therapist path was a really gnarly journey to get to where I am, but I'm really glad I did do it. And I'm really happy that I am bringing in the astrology, because it's really incredibly powerful. And it's just a modality that works for me. Just like every therapist has different modalities that they lean into, okay? So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, if you're inspired. I've been really just loving the comments of people being I want to do this, or I already do this with my work. Or tell me different ways that you use astrology in your work. Like I said, I feel like astrology is making a big comeback, and I hope we get to reclaim it and bring it into all different aspects of life because it's invaluable.